We're gonna give you the best ab exercises that you can use for athletes, and we're gonna start right now. Exercise 1, we've got to have our garage strength PVC pipe and one of our Powerlastics, preferably our strength band. Now, we're gonna get it into a position where we're focusing on our plank position, okay? So we're gonna be set here. And what we wanna do is walk this back and then come forward. Ooh, then walk this back and then come forward. And this is gonna light up our abs and light up our shoulders and even give you a little bit of some tricep pump. But if we can go 4 to 5 pass-throughs, this is taking the old standard, the old traditional plank exercise, holy cow, and making it a plank exercise on steroids. It's gonna be way more effective. You're gonna improve that trunk stability, and you can even measure this over time. Okay, what you could do is say, all right, I got 45 seconds. How many pass-throughs can I get? All right, I got 60 seconds. How many pass-throughs can I get? And you can start to improve that over and over again. And I would say do that PVC pipe plank at least once a week. Find an immovable object that you can wrap that band around and really target those abs. And the other cool factor is that you can even travel with a PVC pipe or with that Powerlastic, and that makes it even better when you're traveling and you want to blow up your abs. Now, the second key exercise, remember, if we're talking about athletes, we need to be advanced. We've got to have that dynamic trunk control. That's going to help us with agility. That's going to help us with sprinting. It's going to help us even with jumping. Okay, so I want to put ourselves in position that's gonna transfer really well over to the athletic realm. So if I'm on a court or a baseball field or a football field or I'm a wrestler, I wanna train in a ballistic movement to a point and do that from a compound aspect while lighting up the abs. And that's where this next exercise comes into play. So we've got our single leg stand here from garagestrength.com and our single leg pad. We're not really gonna be using this single leg pad here, but keep it there just for safety precautions. Now, what I wanna do is a dumbbell drop, okay, where I'm learning how to be in a compressed position or into that fold. Okay, so I can do this 2 different ways. I'm gonna demonstrate here. One, using a dumbbell. So I'm gonna be like this. I'm gonna drop, lift my foot, catch deep. Boom. 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 One more. Boom. Okay, that's one aspect that we can use. Now, another one. What I wanna focus on too is just changing levels, changing that direction. And again, if we're thinking about wrestling, changing levels rapidly while having that trunk control. Now that next aspect here would be, I'm like this here. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, so we wanna get into that position, drive up, and it's gonna help us if we're doing movements like a behind the neck jerk. If we're getting into a position as a wrestler and we're overhead, or a baseball player in that long overhead position where we're gonna be a little bit more compressed in the hip. That's where we need to quiet all the noise through that dynamic trunk control so that we can execute movements at very high speeds. Okay, so this third key exercise is one of my favorite movements for rotational athletes. So if we're a discus thrower, a fighter, again, a wrestler, this is a great exercise. Even if we're a swimmer, we've got to have that good posture in the pool. We need to have trunk control. Okay, so we're gonna use a glute ham here, and we can wrap this up. Fortunately for us, we have these little handles here. If you don't have these handles, okay, one thing that you can do, you can have a training partner hold it. If you don't have a training partner, you can use a dumbbell. If you don't have a dumbbell, you can wrap it around the bottom. Okay, you can try and figure out, get a little bit creative with that. Now, that's set up here. I'm gonna get on the glute ham, set up here. I'm gonna come back and hold almost like an isometric here, okay? Get tension set in the band. And I'm gonna go, boom, come down slow, boom, boom, boom. Okay, this movement is absolutely phenomenal. So we can do 5 on the right side, 5 on the left side, and then make sure on that second set, you would do the left side first, then the right side second, and you can alternate back and forth. But try and really be as rapid as possible. Come through, squeeze, slow eccentric on the way back down. This is an absolutely incredible exercise, but especially for all athletes that have rotational strength in their sport. Okay, these next 2 exercises are something that I like to pair together. They're gonna be more traditional core exercises, but we're gonna have a little bit of weight on them. And what I wanna see is that I wanna focus on pushing through my belly button. And I'm gonna be sitting on a garage strength single leg pad. So that's gonna give my butt a little bit of a cushion. You can do this on the rubber, it'll feel a little bit better, but I do like this as a cushion, and it also forces me to actually sit on my glutes. A lot of athletes that struggle with having their abs connect into their hips will keep their lower back down. Okay, that's why sometimes you might see us even doing V-ups on a bench, because it forces the athlete to actually sit on their butt, not their lower back. Okay, so just keep that in mind. Now, this movement slaughters me. I'm gonna get in this stretch position, come up, come here, come back up, come here, come back up, come here, come back up. Oh my gosh, I'm dying. My abs feel so weak. Oh, rule of thumb, do not start with a 10K right off the bat, because you will get absolutely murdered, which I just did. So start with a 5K. Now, the next exercise is gonna be a bicycle V-up. Okay, so here, I wanna hold this, and cycle back and forth. I recommend you do 3 sets here, okay? 3 sets, 10 each way. 3 sets, 17 each leg. Go back and forth. Rest for about a minute, and your abs will be absolutely torched. And if you're using these other 3 exercises, those are more compound movements. Those are movements that are gonna help with that dynamic trunk control. So we gave you 2 specific ones that are really gonna isolate the trunk or the abs, and then those 3 athletic ones that are gonna transfer really well over to the sports performance world. So use these exercises to improve your overall sports performance. If you guys need help with your programming, you need help with some type of periodized direction, head over to peakstrength.app, the Google Play Store, the Apple iOS Store, and download Peak Strength today. We're gonna get 7 free days of training. The worst thing that's gonna happen during those 7 free days is you're gonna get 5 free workouts. But remember, freaks, at some point, you're gonna have to start that journey to attain peak strength. Because if you wanna become a champion, you've always gotta cultivate your power. Peace.